Sunday the 18th of February and we're just about in schedule.
We are, we're 13 days.
Yeah.
By the time this comes out, it'll be 2 weeks.
Yeah. I'm not going to say a date for the next time. I'll give an expectation but not a specific date, because trying to make sure that you do it within 2 weeks is another video.
I'll just keep pushing.
Yeah. So in the last 2 weeks we haven't done a huge amount. Well, we've done loads, but it's not a lot of it's very samey, so it's the same sort of stuff that I had in the video from last time, so I don't want to bore you with showing you loads more garden clearance, and so it's basically the same sort of stuff. I'll put a little bit in. I've done some more today. I wasn't planning to, but I've done some more hedge clearance. What else have we done? Bottled a load of wine, didn't we?
Yeah. Built a cesspit. yeah. I'm 58 years old and I hand dug his own grave. 6 foot down.
Basically a 6 foot deep hole for somebody.
Leprechaun in a hole.
Yeah. If anybody wants a cesspit made, hire a digger. I don't think I'm up to doing
Not
enough.
this little digger.
This one I did for a client over here, and I hand dug it. Yeah, I'm not 25. It's too much, but there you go. So yeah, I'll put a couple of pictures of that up. So yeah, some of my week was actually working elsewhere. And this week is really just to sort of catch up, and because we said we'd do one within 2 weeks, I've done one within 2 weeks.
Excuse me?
We've done one within 2 weeks. I haven't done anything with the wind generator, just had too much else to do.
Weather's starting to warm up. It's been quite cold again this week.
Yeah, but it's definitely, the spring is on its way.
Yeah.
The grass is starting to grow and everything's coming on. Wine festival. Went to we had a wine festival in the village. Men only.
Yeah.
So I went to the wine festival.
Except for the local woman that fancies him.
Yeah, we do have a. She's not the brightest.
She's special.
Yeah, she's not the brightest spark in the fire, but she seems to muscle her way into all of these sort of things. So she was the only woman there, but it's supposed to be a men only jobby. But what was really interesting, those people on Facebook who know me, I've put some pictures up of it, but being an aviation fan, been flying for a long time, I found that our village, Pop Kralavo, has a little claim to aviation history. I haven't actually checked out the full facts, but if what our local historian says is true, we actually have our village has a claim to one of the very early pioneering flights. There was a young army officer in 1902 who flew the first ornithopter, which is sort of a kind of flappy wing.
Sounds like a dinosaur.
It's a flappy wing aeroplane, and then later a glider from this village in the very early part of the last century, before the Wright brothers flew. I mean, it wasn't a flight that was long enough to take the world by storm, but he actually flew in our village, which was the first in Bulgaria, which is, for somebody who's an aviation buff, absolutely fascinating to think that we're actually living in a village where one of the very first flights ever took place, which is incredible. So there's that.
You had a nice time, you got fed and
yeah,
very well alcoholed.
Well, alcoholed. I won the wine competition.
You did win the wine competition.
I think it was a done deal. There was only 3 of us there who made wine, and one of them won it last year and the other one the year before, so I think it was my turn. But I won it. This is the Bulgarian equivalent of Wassail Day. which we used to do for apples, for cider apples in England. St Trifon's Day today. I've been for a celebration in the village, drunk loads of wine.
Don't we know it?
Won the wine competition.
I didn't go, so I'm absolutely fine.
Yes, men only.
Men only, apart from one thing, but there you go.
So I've got wine from, well, it's the rubbishy wine that I produced, but I'm going to feed my vines a little bit of wine. Bit for you. Bit for you. And now I've got about 100 vines up the top to go and do, so I'm not going to bother filming all that. But I am going to go and give them all a little snifter of
Tipple.
wine each. Right. So we're now going to we're now going to bottle.
Our brains.
Teresa's going to bottle it.
Teresa's going to drink it.
This is the Rkatsiteli, which is a Georgian white grape that's grown a lot. Bottles are all sterilised. So I've got to get this siphoning, and then Teresa's going to fill the bottles while I... Teresa's going to fill the bottles while I put the corks on. But first of all, we're going to just fill up that 5 litre. Can you stop that falling in, because it's going to overflow. So first things first, we'll fill your 5 litre jog. I'll take that. You've got that end. Hold this and put that in there so it starts to fill that.
Is that little clip?
No, it's open at the moment. Just sort of open it up so it can actually go in. And then you've got to go obviously down below the height of this.
Okay.
Right, that should start to... That's why I don't like this thing.
It's going sort of dribbling.
Come on. Not going, is it? Come on. Now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How do I stop it?
You don't at the moment, because you've got to fill that all up. Right.
I can't hold it and I'm just going to go. You got it?
Yeah. I'm not sure what it's got. Don't drink it all at once.
That'll last me a night. Don't shortchange me there.
Whatever I don't do here is going to be going into bottles, so it doesn't matter, does it? You know, our grubby little cellar.
Yeah. It's going down a bit quick.
That's all right.
No, I mean in the...
Oh yeah, I know that. Probably 5 litres in there, to be honest.
Let me get the screwy bit.
Yeah. Main thing is to hold that so it doesn't go on the ground.
Yes.
That's that done.
Is that in tight?
Sorry? You what?
That's all right.
There you go, 5 litres in there.
Ish.
Ish. Right, now, the way this works, save you, I haven't really got anything to, basically you've got to fill the bottle up, so you take each bottle, you've got to keep below that level, and then you just literally just knock that off and stop it when it gets to there.
Mm-hmm.
You just push this as hard as you can and it'll click off. We'll do it, if you leave that down in there, if you stop it I reckon about when it's about here somewhere. We'll see with this one. Yeah, just to stop when it gets to the bottom of the neck. You haven't pushed it hard
I
enough.
couldn't push it any harder. Quality control.
What we'll do, when you start it, I'll take over once I've got this.
One minute, I'll let you finish it, okay? Got it? You haven't said what you're doing with that.
Put the cork in.
Yeah, but you haven't told YouTube.
Trying to put a cork in. This is just a little hand corker. I have got a machine one, but it's rubbish. Doesn't push the corks in far enough. I find this one's pretty good.
Can you put more in there, haven't we? Can you take the bottle? You got it?
Can't see you in the light.
Oh, excuse me. You're not.
So that's the Rkatsiteli all bottled up. We've got 25 bottles and Teresa's got a 5 litre bag to drink over the next few days or week or whatever. Tonight. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. They're not our grapes. I bought them from a chap in Silistria who grows grapes and sells them to winemakers. We have got white grapes here, but this year didn't get very many. This Rkatsiteli is actually a really, really nice wine, so I'll probably do the same again next year, or this year. Well, it wasn't my intention to carry on clearing the hedge, but I needed find some old dead wood for the fire, because we're a bit short on firewood this year. And now I've ended up spending most of Sunday clearing this bit of the hedge. I won't bore you with the rest because basically it's the same as we were doing down the bottom, just sort of clearing away, putting into piles, burning. But at least I got a lot more hedge cleared than I thought I would this year. I'm still not going to bother right up the top there unless I really get desperate. I've got so much more else to do. So much more else. I'm sure that's not a proper sentence. I've got so much more to do other than this. I just need to get on with it. Oh, that's the other thing I've done. I've lime painted all our fruit trees just to protect them during the summer from the sun and from ants and bugs and things that like to burrow under the bark. So here we are, pretty much prepared for spring, which is definitely on its way. So the drying box that I showed you in the last video, that's now in its final position, which is at the end of the shed where it never really catches the sun. That's the capicola and some sausages drying in there. The environment out here is perfect for it. It'll probably be too hot in about 3 months' time, but certainly over the winter months this would be a good position. Probably get too cold in the middle of the winter, but in the sort of 2 months before midwinter and 2 months after midwinter, it'd probably be fine, I should think. Anyway, proof's in the pudding. We'll see what it comes out like.
Don't do the whole side.
So that's the end of this week's video. We've got some birthdays to mention.
We have.
It's our, well, you do it.
So our youngest daughter, Ellie Mae, she's
Oh, come on.
26. 26. Sorry, Els. I get confused with all 5 of them. Yeah, she was 26 yesterday. And then we got Tylo, our youngest grandson. He was 7 yesterday. So, happy birthday to you two.
Happy birthday, Ellie. Happy birthday, Tylo.
Oh, but we do have another birthday this week coming up. So we ought to say that as well, because we're not going to get another video out.
Yep.
So, our oldest grandson, Tavy, will be 9 on the 22nd.
Where did those years go?
I know. So, happy birthday for the 22nd, Tavy.
Happy birthday, Tavy.
And we'll give you a
Cool.
FaceTime. Yeah.
So, yeah, this coming, basically the next video, we're actually travelling down to the south of Bulgaria. So we'll try and get some footage from a couple of the towns and have a little look around down there.
It's a long drive, so we've got plenty of views to actually have a look at, haven't we?
Yeah, it's a completely different part of Bulgaria, so it's a whole...
Very pretty.
Yeah,
I think.
well, we're down on the sort of Greek-Turkish border, so yeah, so it's completely different
To here, yeah.
part of Bulgaria to here. I'm not going to promise when we get the next video out, because trying to keep to a schedule is just impossible for me. The trouble is I never know what I'm doing entirely.
No, you're quite often doing bits and pieces for other people, so...
Yeah, so it's just time and everything else. But hopefully it won't be too long. We'll try and get it certainly within the next month, if not sooner.
Yeah, we'll try and get it sooner, but like I say, once we get some really nice stuff that you haven't seen...
Yeah, I don't want to just repeat
No.
the same sort of stuff all the time. So, yeah, obviously the wind turbine will eventually happen. And
Well, we've got everything you need now for
I've got
doing it.
I've
It's
got
just
everything
time.
to do it. It's just getting around to doing it. So I've got all the parts that I need. So it's just a matter of putting it all together, putting it up, and then seeing how it works. So that's coming up. And
There's there's lots more coming up really. I mean, now the weather's starting to break and it's getting warmer. There's so much more that will be happening.
Yep. So
And we got like visits from family coming and that sort of thing. So that'd be nice, and visits out to other people here that we're friends with.
yep. So I'll say goodbye.
Bye from me.
Bye from me. Bye from Dexter, who's actually laying down here at our feet,
Fast
behaving
asleep.
himself, which is brilliant. Yeah, he's been in the garden with me today all day.
Mega zoomies.
Yeah, been tearing around like an idiot, so he's worn himself out, which is great. Okay.
See you
Bye.
soon. Bye.